Why do some players thrive in the chaos of a massive MMORPG lobby, while others need the mathematical thrill of chess? And why do we so easily freeze up when the pressure spikes? When you boot up a game, you aren't just escaping reality. You are assisting your brain to balance its chemistry. Every mechanical input, every role you select, and every mistake you make is a manifestation of your psychological profile. Welcome back to Flow Immersion. Today, we're looking at the cognitive science behind a fascinating question. What do your in-game habits actually reveal about your psychology? By the end of the video, you won't just understand why you play the way you do, you'll have a user manual for how your brain executes when the stakes are high. Whether you play fast-paced competitive shooters, deep strategy simulators, or cozy puzzle games, we have all experienced that exact moment of sudden panic, either firsthand or secondhand. And usually, we blame our tools, our fatigue, or just bad luck. But what if the choices you make inside a game are actually a perfect mirror of how your brain processes fear, handles control, and constructs your real-world identity? Let's start with the moment your biology betrays you. When a game puts you in a high-pressure, make-or-break situation, your brain makes a massive evolutionary error. It doesn't realize you're sitting safely at a desk holding a piece of plastic. Your amygdala, the brain's threat detection center, sees the flashing red lights, hears the intense audio cues, and interprets the digital loss as an emergency. It instantly triggers a neurological hijack. During a neurological hijack, your amygdala completely bypasses your prefrontal cortex, which is the logical, decision-making part of your brain. It floods your system with cortisol and adrenaline and forces your body into a fight-or-flight state. Your brain is trying to save your life, but the sudden muscle tension and blood flow paralyzes your fine motor skills and your muscle memory along with it. But the real reveal happens the exact second after you choke. This comes down to a psychological concept known as your locus of control. Developed by psychologist Julian Rotter in 1954, this framework measures whether you believe you control your life or if outside forces do. The external locus of control. If your immediate instinct is to open chat and blame your teammates, a sudden lag spike, or unbalanced game design, you are leaning on an external locus of control. This is a cognitive defense mechanism your brain uses to shift blame away from itself to protect your self-esteem from the threat of failure. However, if you sit in silence, immediately blaming yourself and mentally listing everything you personally did wrong, you possess an internal locus of control. While an internal locus is generally healthier for real-world growth, taking it too far in gaming can cause your brain to internalize virtual losses as real-world inadequacies, turning a simple hobby into a source of chronic performance anxiety. It's not just how you react to failure, it's also the digital environments you choose to enter. In modern psychology, the gold standard for measuring human personality is the Big Five framework, often abbreviated as OCEAN. Multiple peer-reviewed studies have shown that your specific standing in these 5 traits heavily predict the exact game mechanics your brain craves. Let's break down the data to see where you fit in. Number 1, conscientiousness, the need for order. High conscientiousness is defined by organization, goal-driven behavior, and self-discipline. In gaming, high conscientiousness individuals completely reject mindless button mashing. Instead, they gravitate towards titles that treat efficiency as an art form. You'll find them playing massive factory management simulators like Factorio or Satisfactory, where a single supply chain bottleneck ruins hours of work. They love complex grand strategy games like Crusader Kings 3 or deep mechanical RPGs like Path of Exile. These are the players who keep external spreadsheets open on a second monitor, calculate mathematical optimization, and meticulously plan their endgame progression paths. Their brains view gaming as a structured project to be solved flawlessly. Number 2, openness to experience or the need for novelty. Openness measures intellectual curiosity, imagination, and a preference for variety. If you score high here, you naturally despise linear games that hold your hand or restrict your freedom. Your brain craves expansive sandboxes and open-world survival games like Minecraft, No Man's Sky, or Elden Ring, where direction is entirely self-driven. You're also drawn to abstract rule-breaking indie titles with unconventional art styles and narratives like Outer Wilds or Disco Elysium. High openness players are driven by exploration, environmental storytelling, and lateral problem solving. They use the game world as a blank canvas rather than a rigid set of instructions. Number 3, extraversion and agreeableness, aka the social blueprint. Extraversion dictates your need for environmental stimulation, while agreeableness measures your capacity for empathy, trust, and cooperation. High extraversion individuals flourish in high chaotic, fast-paced team environments. They dominate crowded multiplayer lobbies in games like Call of Duty Warzone, Apex Legends, or competitive fighting game scenes. They actively seek the high stimulus energy of voice comms and unpredictable human opponents. Highly agreeable players are the structural backbone of any gaming community. They naturally gravitate towards deep cooperative PvE games like Helldivers 2, and almost always claim the dedicated support or healing roles in MMOs like World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy. They derive deep psychological satisfaction not from just getting the final kill, but from facilitating someone else's success. And then we have neuroticism, or the pursuit of stress. Neuroticism measures emotional reactivity and sensitivity to potential threats or negative stimuli. You would think that someone in high neuroticism would avoid stressful games. Instead, behavioral data shows the exact opposite. They are drawn directly to the flame. They frequently solo queue into highly punishing, high-stakes games like Valorant or CS2. Why? Because their brains are wired to actively chase validation via intense mastery. They use the digital world to intentionally subject themselves to a high-stress, high-friction environment, because successfully conquering a brutal game proves to their brain that they're capable of bringing absolute order to chaos. Understanding your personality traits explains why you play, but cognitive science explains how gaming functions as a profound mental reset. For decades, traditional narratives claim that video games simply distract us or rot our attention spans. But modern neuroscience shows that gaming utilizes a principle called cognitive load theory. When you experience stress or anxiety in your daily life, your brain is caught in a state of hyperarousal, trapped in a repetitive, anxious thinking loop. If you try to simply sit on the couch and relax, your working memory stays hyper-focused on those real-world worries. Your brain's working memory has a finite capacity. A well-designed video game demands an immense amount of visual tracking, auditory filtering, and motor planning all at once. By consuming your entire cognitive bandwidth, the game effectively crowds out the neural pathways hosting your anxiety. But your choice of game determines how your brain unloads that stress. A high neuroticism player unloads emotional anxiety by matching it with high-intensity mechanical friction, forcing a complete sensory takeover. A high conscientiousness player swaps real-world chaos for an environment where effort perfectly equals reward, giving their brain a predictable dopamine loop. Ultimately, you choose specific digital worlds because your brain is seeking a tailored chemical equilibrium it can't find in its current physical environment. Once you decode why you choose these games, you unlock a massive psychological cheat code. Your digital preferences are telling you exactly how your brain operates in the real world. Instead of fighting your wiring, you can start playing to your strengths, both inside the server and in your everyday routine. Here's how you can turn your gaming habits into a framework for real-world execution. Number 1, the Conscientious Optimizer. If you naturally crave complex strategy, spreadsheets, and resource management in games, stop trying to tackle your daily work with loose to-do lists. Your brain thrives when you gamify your real-world systems. Treat your career or your daily routine exactly like a skill tree. Break your goals down into strict, measurable daily XP targets, building a tracking dashboard, and lean into your natural demand for optimization. Number 2, the Open Explorer. If your gaming library is filled with sandbox exploration and creative autonomy, recognize that a rigid, highly corporate 9-to-5 schedule is going to drain your energy faster than anything else. Your brain needs novelty and problem solving. When approaching a project or a difficult task, avoid the standard step-by-step path. Give yourself permission to experiment, reverse engineer the problem, and approach your workflows like an open-world puzzle. Number 3, the social catalyst. If you find yourself constantly selecting supportive roles, team-focused mechanics, or healing roles, you are highly cooperative and agreeable. In your daily life, your execution suffers when you work in a silo. You will hit a deep state of flow much faster when your goals are tied to collaborative accountability. Put yourself in environments where your execution directly facilitates someone else's win. And number 4, the high-stress competitor. If you are drawn to brutally difficult ladders or high neuroticism stressors, your brain possesses a massive threshold for intensity, but you are also highly prone to burnout. The trick here is managing your internal locus of control. When a project fails or stress spikes in your daily routine, your brain will want to internalize it as a flaw in your identity. Practice separating your inputs from the outputs. Focus heavily on managing your physical stress responses, like lowering your heart rate with physiological sighs, so you can stay in control when real-world stakes get hot. At the end of the day, the virtual environments you choose to conquer are a direct reflection of the specific psychological needs, cognitive strengths, and emotional resets your brain is hunting for. You don't need to change your biological wiring, you just need to understand it. When you learn to decode your patterns inside the game, you finally get the user manual for how to execute flawlessly outside of it. If you want to keep exploring how to work with your brain's natural chemistry to upgrade your focus, optimize your routines, and master your daily execution, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Take care of your mind, protect your energy, and I will see you in the next video.